Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, a very warm welcome to you too. Today we're looking at this. It's the Lamtto, I think that's how you say it, RC14, which is basically a 9-inch smart touchscreen. If you want to be really pedantic, it's a 9.25-inch smart touchscreen that brings Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and also a dash cam to almost any car. And this isn't a simple unbox it and read the brochure video.
You can read the brochure.
No, I actually got this unit about 4 months ago and I've been testing it every single day. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you my honest thoughts. But before all that, let's jump back 4 months to when I first got it. So this is a brand new unit. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And what we're going to start with is unboxing it. Let's have a look inside, shall we? What have we got? It's like Christmas, isn't it? Here we are. That screen, that's quite a nice screen. It's not too tall, but nice and wide. That looks very nice. Some tips on the bottom that we'll read later, and there is the dash cam. Look at that. That's the sucky mount for the windscreen. There is the back reverse camera with a very long cable. That is for connecting to the stereo, very good. And the all-important power supply, marvellous. And an instruction book. We've got a couple of accessories for mounting it. We have got the power cable and the reverse dash cam and the all-important screen. So let's go and fit all of this. What I'm actually going to do, so that I know where the wires are going, is plug in the wires into the sides, and then I can see where I'm going to trace the wires across the inside of the car. As so, this is quite a nice touch on the cigarette lights there. So you've still got a USB, so you can charge up your phone. What I'm interested to see as well, I don't know if it can do this, is whether you can invert the screen, because the cables all go in on, as you look at it, on the right hand side. And of course, in the UK, we drive on the right, so it'd be much better if they came out that side. I think if we try, and you have to forgive the shorts, it is currently unbelievably hot here in the UK. Let's clip you on. There we are. Right. Woo. Hot. That is now installed. Best bit. Is plug this in. That's done. And the all-important AUX. That's the one down there. Right. Turn on time. Woo! Well, that looks fancy, doesn't it? Look at that. Hello! That's all quite nice. It's all booted itself up. CarPlay tells you how to do it, so let's do it, shall we? Shall we? Well, look at that. There we go. Let's go back to that. Oh, hey, look at that. That boots up. It all connects automatically for you, and provided you've got your stereo turned on to AUX and it's plugged in, away it goes. It's also got Bluetooth connection, so you don't even have to do this hideous thing. Unfortunately, this Mini's that old, it doesn't have Bluetooth connection. But for the first time of owning this car in about 18 months, can finally listen to Spotify in it. Bliss! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This is very good. Okay, so it's been 4 months, time to answer the big question. Should you buy one? Simple answer, yes. Let me explain a little bit more. First off, connectivity. So you've got CarPlay and Android Auto, so whether you're Apple or not, you can connect to the unit. But it's also got Apple AirPlay and Android Cast. So when you're sat in your car eating a McDonald's, other outlets are available, you can watch Netflix and whatever on the screen.
I capture every event I host on camera, sharing the highlights on the same day on my YouTube channel.
Note that it's illegal in the UK to watch moving images on a screen in the car if you're driving. I have to say that. But also, it's a connectivity going out of it as well. You see, there's lots of different ways of doing it. You can use Bluetooth, and there's also a 3.5mm jack, you know, the old headphone jack that you can plug into your car. But if your car hasn't got either of those, then it's got an FM transmitter in it. Do you remember the old FM transmitters that you used to get? Well, this has got one inside of it. And even if you haven't got that, there's even a speaker built into it. Now, be honest, a speaker isn't going to blow your mind, but there's so many different ways of connecting to the unit and so many different ways for the unit to connect to your car. as well. That means it's really, really flexible. I've used this in lots of different cars, and the way I tend to use this is I will keep this as sort of like my head unit, if you like, for any car that I'm going to go in. So whether that's one of the cars that hasn't got CarPlay in it, whether it's a hire car or I'm borrowing one or whatever it might be, I can keep this in my bag. It doesn't take up that much space, plug it in and away I go. That's really, really useful. Now, I appreciate that a lot of people are not going to be doing it that way, but it does mean that it will fit in pretty much any car you've got, whether it's got a fancy head unit or not. It's also never ever felt too big or too small. It's a decent sized screen, 9 inches, but it's not very tall, so it doesn't block your field of view. The screen is pretty good. If you look really, really close to it, you can see some of the limitations, but when you're driving down the road, it's more than sharp enough. It can feel a little bit laggy, ever so slightly. It's just basically not as silky smooth as your phone, but considering it's streaming from your phone onto a relatively low cost device, it's more than good enough. At no point has it ever sort of lagged to the point that I'm, pressing and pressing and pressing to get it to work. It's always, kept up. And then there's the camera, which is on the back of the unit. Now, whatever car I go in, I've also got a dash cam recording my drive. So if anything did happen, thankfully nothing has happened, I've got a recording of it, and this can record on loop, so it never ever runs out of space on that 64 gig micro SD card, which is included with the unit. Now, it's a good camera, it's not a great camera. Don't read into that 4K a bit too much. First off is the position of it. So it's on the back of the unit and you can adjust where it's looking, but it's also on the back of the unit, so you are limited into where you want to put the unit to see it versus what the camera can see. That said, it has got a very good field of view. You can adjust it so you can get it looking better, but you're always going to have a little bit blocked, usually by the mount, and it's always going to be a bit limited. It's never going to be exactly where you want the camera to be, because let's be honest, you don't want the unit up in the top corner of the screen. You want it in your field of view. Also, it's a good camera. It's not a great camera. The quality is okay. I found that license plates of cars going in the other direction haven't been caught, but when I've been following other cars, it's got enough detail in there. Should you ever need to use it and rely upon it for evidence, I think it'd be okay if it really came down to proving absolutely the registration number of a car. Maybe. I'm not 100% convinced. It does also have a park monitoring function as well. It's got a couple of motion sensors in there and so forth. So if the car does get bumped when it's parked up, the unit will fire up and it will start recording for you. But more on that in a minute. The unit does also come with a reversing camera, and as you can see here, it's not fitted to the car. That's because of how I've been using the unit. I've been using it in and out of cars. To be honest, I use this as sort of like my mobile head unit, so I will connect this, and this often connects easier to another car's head unit than the phone does, but basically use this to connect to a car, and then I know that my phone is automatically synced with that and I'm familiar with it. All the icons are in the same place, with AirPlay you have to keep rearranging them, but it does come with a reverse camera. If you were to fit this permanently in your car, and it does come with a couple of different mounts, so you've got that sucky mount and a more permanent one for the dashboard, you could wire in the camera, which takes a power feed. I think it's off one of the rear lights, and then that just plugs in to the unit as well. So that's the good. What about the not so good? So one of the things that I did wonder was whether you could invert the unit, because all of the cables go in to this side of the unit. So when this is in front of you and you're driving, the cables are coming out on your side. It'd be useful if you could invert the unit so the cables came out on the passenger side, certainly for here in the UK. Unfortunately, you can't, and all the cables come out on the right-hand side, which is a bit annoying. Also, that parking monitoring function. So the idea with it is that if it senses a knock or a bump, it will fire up the unit and start recording. However, I've used a cigarette lighter adapter with this, and when the car is turned off and the keys are out of it, there's no power running through the cigarette lighter, or if there is, it turns off after a short period of time as to not drain the battery. So there's no power to power the screen. Look, if I remove the power here, there's no power to the screen. So how would that work? Not sure it would. Also, do you really want to leave this unit on display in your car. Just another temptation for thieves, isn't it, really, given how quickly you can detach it and take it away. So that parking function, would I ever actually use it? No, I'd prefer to take this unit off and keep it in my bag or hide it somewhere in the car than leave it on display. There is also a little bit of a limitation on the density of that screen, how good the pixels are. Like I say, it's more than good enough for when you're on the road, and that camera can be a bit limiting both in its position and also the quality of it. That all being said, this unit retails for about 100 quid on Amazon, and for that money I think it's an absolute bargain. I mean, how much connectivity does it get in there? A ton load. You can connect your Apple or your Android device, and then you can connect this in multiple different ways. It's never going to be completely wedded to your car, so even if you sell your car, you can still keep your head unit, and it's got a dash cam included in it. I mean, just the dash cam alone. Some dash cams are more, I'll admit much better, but are more expensive than this, and this does everything for you. So yeah, in my mind, it's a no-brainer, and it's something that I do keep in my bag, and I have used it in multiple cars, and I do think it's a very good purchase. Now, I want to make it really clear. Lamtto, whoever it is, did send me this unit to review. However, have they compensated me for it? No. Have they had any editorial control about this video? Absolutely not. They did not see this video before it was published, so if there's something in there that they don't like, unfortunately, it's a bit tough because this is my channel and I am very much wedded to you, the viewer, not a company that is sending me stuff to film and stick on my channel. So if I didn't think this was any good, I'd be very honest with you and I would tell you not to buy it so I didn't waste your money. However, it's quite the opposite. I think it's a good buy, good value. And if you use that link in the description below, that will take you through to Amazon, where it should show you the current best price. It should recognise that you've come from me and therefore give you the best price available. At the moment, it's on the market for, I think it's about £190, £100, something like that. Great value, in my opinion. Very good, very pleased with it. The build on it's great. Everything's in the box for you to get yourself out there and get Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in your car. So hopefully that's given everything you need to know about the Lamtto RC14, and you're now going to be able to make a educated decision on whether you should buy one or not. Hopefully this video has helped you. If it has, please hit that subscribe button, because there's a lot more videos coming up, there's more reviews coming up, but I also usually present shows and events, usually around cars, bikes, trucks and tanks. So if you like that kind of stuff, my channel is really going to bring you some great stuff. All that's left to say is thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully it's helped, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.